Joining me here, David Hack, one of the drivers going up on Sunday the 26th. David, first off, why do you want to drive up a mountain that fast?
You know, it's actually a little scary. It gets scarier every year, but it's so exhilarating to be a part of this. That mountain is bigger than any of us. And when you think about the history behind this race, it's a 100-year anniversary. I think it's there for us to drive up. It's there for people to use hiking, anything they want to do, but it's an amazing race that brings people from all over the world.
Absolutely, and of course, some of the big history in the race surrounds Audis. Very what you have here right now. Talk a little bit about what you're going to be driving up this year.
So this is our 9th year up the mountain. This is a 1993 Quattro, something you could have purchased back in 1983, 84, 85. And ultimately what we did with this car is we put a wide body kit on it, and we put a little bit more horsepower in it than it came in the stock 172 back in the days. So this is what we race up every single year.
And you mentioned this is not your first go around. What advice do you have for drivers who may be thinking about running up Pikes Peak?
I think the biggest thing is it's a win to get invited to Pikes Peak. It's also a win to make it through practice and qualifying. The mountain makes its own decisions with weather. You can be in 4 seasons at any time during your ascent up the hill. And I think you take baby steps. We didn't get to where we were just jumping off the pier into the deep water. You got to go a little bit each year and a little bit more, and you're going to spend more money. You're going to get more power, but you're also going to come with that a little bit more risk. So that would be my advice.
Perfect. Well, David, we appreciate your time. Good luck this Sunday. Can't wait to see you on race day.
Thanks so much.
No problem. Andrew Rogers here at Gold Hill Mesa. We've got the concerts going on until 7 o'clock tonight. It's going to be a fantastic evening. Come down, meet drivers like David. More to come. We'll have more driver interviews still ahead right here on KRDO.com. All right, Andrew Rogers back here at Gold Hill Mesa. It is Music Under the Mesa. We're kicking off hill climb season, continuing to talk to different drivers out here. You can come by until 7:30 tonight, meet all the different drivers, including Jimmy Ford right here. Jimmy is taking up this wonderful Bronco here. At least it's classified as a Bronco, but really that doesn't look like any Bronco out on the road right now, does it, Jimmy?
No, this isn't really a Bronco. This is a custom tube frame chassis with a fiberglass body. It's not really a Bronco. There's a lot of parts on here that really never, ever came off of a Bronco.
Absolutely. And then when you're talking about a race like Pikes Peak, why go in something like this versus, your more stereotypical race car?
Well, this vehicle has a lot of history. Leonard Vaschultz drove this in 1994 and 1995, and I just felt like it would be the perfect vehicle to run for the 100th running of the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb.
Absolutely. And, practices started last weekend. I know you were up there early morning doing that top section. How is the course looking this year? Because we know always the mountain changes everything every year.
Yeah, they've done a good job paving some of the top section, and it's getting a lot better for the drivers. The bumps are going away. It's still a little rough, but overall it's better.
Absolutely. Well, Jimmy, we appreciate the time. Thank you so much for talking a little bit about this fantastic number 17 Bronco. Can't wait to see you on Sunday morning for race day. All right, we have more music here at Gold Hill Mesa still ahead. The Tejon Corner Street Thieves about to come on. Stick around. Also, come on down. We'll be here until 7:30. It's a fantastic afternoon, evening. Come meet the drivers yourself. Hang out, get great live music right here at Gold Hill Mesa.
I'm back. We are 2
to run per our rule book, so everybody can hear him on the course.
If that don't get him to his car, I don't know what will, right? Yeah.
Listen to David Hackl in that Audi Quattro. David was our No Holding Back award winner last year. If you get up there, ask him about the brakes that he got on that car. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you coming out. Enjoy the next band.
All right, Andrew Rogers back here at Gold Hill Mesa. We had the cars all fire up. I'm sure we really have pleased a lot of neighbors, not only here at Gold Hill Mesa, but across Southwest Colorado Springs as we gear up for the 100th running of the Broadmoor Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. And of course, probably the loudest, shakingest, most raucous engine of them all, right here, Blake Fuller's Tesla. Of course, saying that a little bit in jest. And let's talk a little bit about taking Tesla and the future of racing into such a historic race.
Yeah, so my history with Tesla at Pikes Peak is in 2016, I set the first record with Tesla in a Model S. Came back in 2020 with a Model 3 Performance, broke that record. That was a 550 horsepower car. This is the 3-motor, over 1,000 horsepower Tesla Plaid. So we're out to beat that record, plus to continue kind of moving up the ladder, so to speak, of the overall to kind of really show what the cars can do. And as you said, yeah, it's kind of the silent killer. So it has a alarm on it so people know we're coming because we're coming pretty fast.
Absolutely. And then unlike a lot of the other drivers, you really don't have to worry about elevation changes, those kind of tuning, things like that. And your power curve is definitely a lot more direct with the electric versus the internal combustions.
Yeah, so it's a totally different game. You know, one's like checkers, one's chess, right? So with the gas cars, you know what you're going to get. You got a certain number of moves. With this particular one, because of the battery, you have plenty of battery to get to the top. But it's how you utilize that along the way to get the fastest run. So there's a lot of testing, which is why we're already here from Florida, out here testing, because there's a lot to learn. And ultimately, in the mountain, it'll be about a 700 horsepower car on average running up there. So it's really where do you use the peak power and where do you back off a little bit so that you make it to the top in the fastest time. So it's a total different strategy than when I have been out here for the last 20 years with gas cars before the electrics, and you can pretty much just go for it.
Absolutely. It's definitely a game changer. We mentioned this is a 100th year. Definitely the future is going to look a little bit more electric. Blake, we appreciate your time joining us here, and thanks for bringing out the car. Can't wait to see you on Sunday morning.
Awesome, man. It's going to be fun. Come out to the race.
Absolutely. Andrew Rogers here at Gold Hill Mesa. We're continuing on with more driver interviews. The music from the Tejon Street Corner Thieves is going to kick up in a little bit. We'll be out here until 7:30. Come on and join us right here at Gold Hill Mesa. Andrew Rogers back here at Gold Hill Mesa. It's the kickoff to hill climb season, continuing to talk with the different drivers, crews, and of course the hidden gems of so many of these race teams, not just the driver and the car themselves, but the crews that really take so much time putting the car together, making sure that they're ready to attack America's Mountain. I'm joined here by Loren. He is the crew chief for Cash Seeing, brought 2 amazing Mustangs out here. And let's talk a little bit about kind of getting the cars ready to run up Pikes Peak.
Well, getting cars ready for Pikes Peak is different than any other race out there. You have to attack a mountain. You know, and the extreme elevation change, you got to be able to have a car that's versatile enough to be able to handle that and to still keep the power and make it drivable for the driver.
Absolutely, and Cash is no stranger to America's Mountain, but every year there's different challenges, things like that. So what are we looking at to maybe tweak up, or how's the race cars looking this year compared to years past for Cash?
Well, fortunately for Cash this year, we haven't done hardly any modifications. Over the last few years, we've got it perfected, and so now it's for him to use everything we've given him to complete in his class and hopefully win.
So you've got everything tightened up, everything perfect on the car except for that loose nut behind the wheel.
That loose nut behind the wheel.
Absolutely. And then obviously we've got the two Mustangs out here. I assume we've got the one over here, the red, white, and blue one that he's going to be taking up.
Yep, the wide body we're taking up again this year. We've ran that one the last few years. This is his old Pikes Peak car that we have retired, and we still drive it and show it and race it some.
Perfect. Well, Loren, we appreciate the time, appreciate everything you guys do. I know a lot of the crews don't get all the shout-outs, all the accolades that the drivers do, but really can't do these things without guys like you making sure the cars are in tip-top shape.
Well, thank you very much for coming out and supporting us out here.
Absolutely. We're going to talk to some more drivers, more teams, and we've got music still ahead as well. It's all here at Gold Hill Mesa. Come out and join us. The concert's going on until 7:30 tonight at Gold Hill Mesa. Andrew Rogers back here at Gold Hill Mesa. We're continuing to talk with the different drivers and teams gearing up for the 100th running of the Broadmoor Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. We know there's so many different storylines this year. This one, by far the coolest. We have the oldest racer ever to compete at Pikes Peak. We have Ralph Murdock here with the Team Axon Oak stock car. And Ralph, first off, I know it's probably not polite to ask, but how old are you this year for the race?
I am 82, officially 82 this year.
And you've been racing at Pikes Peak for 4 decades. And talk to me about, the changes you've seen over the mountain over the past couple of years.
Well, the changes that have come about is with the race itself, the people that organize the race, the volunteers that are all working. I mean, this is an incredible race, an incredible group of people that put it on. The racetrack, back when I first started racing, it was all gravel. And every once in a while I talk to somebody that comes up to talk to me, and we start talking about, well, we say it's dirt. No, it was dirt where they were racing on the oval tracks. Here we got gravel instead of dirt. So it's kind of an interesting thing to throw dirt, gravel around. But I love running the asphalt. Asphalt is a good contact. Your tires are working. You got good bonding tires. So when you're driving hard, you got that feel of what the car is going to do. On gravel, you slide. You don't really feel what the car is going to do other than slide and hope you don't slide too far. But if you lose it on asphalt, you lose it.
Yeah, and we talk about those changes. Obviously we've had some paving recently done at the very top of the mountain. I know practices started a couple weeks ago. How's it looking up there from your perspective, knowing all the different changes that's come to the summit of Pikes Peak?
Well, getting the top fix is tough because in the winter it freezes and then it thaws, and it freezes and thaws. The ground buckles, heaves, and everything. So they've tried their best to smooth that out with a lot of patchwork. The patchwork is still a little bumpy, but they've done a great job for what they've had to do.
Absolutely. And then I guess my final question, I think this is probably a lot of questions you've already answered a ton of times, is at 82, why get in behind the wheel this year?
I love it. It's just a sport that you gotta love. It's in your blood. It's like my son drove this car last year. It was all white. This year we were privileged to have the Axe and the Oak sponsor the car. I'm 82 years old. I'm the geezer. So it's the 100th anniversary.
Absolutely. So you mentioned you've got your son's car. Is he going to be racing this year, or are you kind of saying, hey, I got this one?
No, he insisted that I drive this car because of the 100th anniversary and my age, being 82.
Perfect. Well, Ralph, we appreciate the time. Congratulations on making it here. Can't wait to see you on Sunday morning.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. We're going to have more interviews throughout the evening. We have the Tejon Street Corner Thieves coming up. Come on down, meet us as well. The Gold Hill Mesa concerts are going on throughout the summer. We'll be out here until 7 o'clock right here at Gold Hill Mesa. Andrew Rogers back here at Gold Hill Mesa. It is the kickoff to the 100th running of the Broadmoor Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. We've got music under the mesa. The Tejon Street Corner Thieves about to take the stage, but of course, really the stars of the night have been the racers as well, gearing up for the Race to the Clouds. I'm with Bob Bodor, the executive director of the Hill Climb, and what an amazing time to be alive that we're hitting the 100th running of the race this year.
Absolutely. The energy, even here tonight, has been fun. I mean, people get it. They know that this is a really, really big event for our city, for the region, for motorsport, for so many different people that just love this race and everything that it stands for. So it's an exciting time, and I can't wait for it to get here.
Absolutely. And it's not like any other race. We've talked about so many different things. We have an 82-year-old running the race. We have a Ford Bronco. We've got Teslas. It is such a unique race itself, and you get to head it up for your first year on the 100th running. What an amazing job, and really, how has it been going? I know drivers have been racing up, doing their practice runs a couple days. What have you been hearing so far from the racers gearing up for the race?
Well, the track's in great condition, and that's always important, obviously, anytime you hold a race. And really want to give thanks to Pikes Peak America's mountain and the highway and everybody that takes care of it. We are so fortunate to have that relationship, and that's what the drivers talk about is this is a great racetrack. I think the other thing is just things have gone very, very well. We've had very little delays and very, very few incidents, and I think that speaks to obviously the quality of the drivers and the teams that we have and the cars. And so hearing great things, but obviously race day is going to be a whole different level of intensity.
Absolutely, and of course another big event that's coming back this year, thanks to things easing up, getting a little healthier. FanFest coming up on Friday the 24th. So if people haven't been to FanFest, explain what's going to be going on downtown.
It's the biggest party in downtown Colorado Springs every year. It's going to be bigger and better this year. We've got the Nitro Circus motorcycle jumping team coming in. That is going to be spectacular. With the fastest 15 vehicles from qualifying will be there. And I think that's the thing that fans, not just race fans, but fans of sport, appreciate is their ability to come up like here and talk to the drivers, talk to the engineers, ask questions about the cars. You'll be able to do that at FanFest, and that's a really unique opportunity to be able to do that. But just a great celebration of our community and the history of the race. Don't want to miss it, June 24th.
Absolutely. And then, of course, the race day itself, June 26th. Are there tickets still available if people want to get in on that?
We are sold out. There will be a limited amount of tickets available at Tech Inspection on Monday, June 21st. But the reality is everybody wants to be on the mountain for this race. It's just been unbelievable, the interest we've had. But there are a few tickets potentially available on June 21st.
Absolutely. And, of course, I know there will be a few tickets available as well. So listen to KRDO News Radio morning, noon, and afternoon. We'll have your chance to go witness history being made on June 26th. It is the 100th running of the Broadmoor Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, brought to you by Gran Turismo. Thank you so much, Bob, for putting this on, for having another successful race. Can't wait to partner for years on, and I really appreciate your time this evening.
Thanks, Andrew, and thanks again to everybody at KRDO. We are so grateful for that relationship. And, you guys are a community built and based organization, and that's who we like to have relationships with. So thank you.
Absolutely. And speaking of community-based relationships, a fantastic community here right at Gold Hill Mesa. Music under the mountains. You've got a fantastic way to come out, see fantastic live music here in person at Gold Hill Mesa. We also have the concert going on too, the Tejon Street Corner Thieves right now at Gold Hill Mesa.